Hello students, I am your biology lecturer. In the previous class we discussed about the human reproduction. We completed that chapter. I provided all the notes which are necessary for the chapter and also I explained the topics deeply. You can attempt a NEET question as well as final board exam questions. Please practice the diagrams and understand the concept. So many questions will come directly. Some concept oriented question will also come from that chapter. That chapter is very important. Today we will start the new chapter, that is inheritance and variation. Okay, it's in unit number 6, that is genetic and evolution. The genetic topic we will discuss. Chapter number 5, that is principles of inheritance and variation. This is commonly known as genetics. In this chapter, we have to discuss a few points which are very necessary. First one, that is Mendelian laws of inheritance. Mendelian laws of inheritance. Inheritance of one gene, inheritance of two genes, sex determination, mutation, genetic disorders. These are the 6 topics which we have to discuss in this chapter. Okay. First one, that is Mendelian laws of inheritance. Before going to start the lesson, you have to understand few basics terminologies which are very necessary to understand the genetics. Principles of genetics and principles of inheritance, then what is variation, all these things you have to understand firstly. Okay, let me write the heading first. Inheritance and variation. Okay, principles of inheritance and variation. Firstly, you understand the title of the chapter. What is inheritance? What is variation? Inheritance means something have to be transferred from one generation to second generation. Means the characters transfer from one generation to another generation. This is called inheritance. Means we look similar to our parents because some of the characters are transferred from our parents to us. That's why some features, physical or physiological features, are similar to our parents. That is the inheritance. Any characters which are transferred from one generation to other generation, it is called inheritance. This transfer, we can use another word, the characters are inherited from one generation to other generation is called inheritance. Okay, the characters transfer means the genetic material transfer, that is DNA transfer. DNA genetic material. DNA is a genetic material. Genetic material transfer is called inheritance. The genetic material is called as a DNA. You know that during the process of gamete formation, okay, the zygote is formed by the fusion of gametes. Those gametes are formed by the male and female parents, okay. During that gamete formation, all the chromosomes which are present in the diploid parental cell, they are going to be reduced and to form a haploid gametes. Means the totally, suppose for example, in human beings 46 chromosomes are present, 44 chromosomes are allosomes, those are the body chromosomes, 2 are the sex chromosome, either it is a XX or XY or XX, okay. Well, during the formation of gamete, I told that during the, while explaining the third chapter, that is gamete transfer, I told that how the gametes are formed, how the male and female baby is going to be formed. I explained that. Here I am going to give a hint to understand the genetic concept, okay. If the male gamete is formed, if the female gamete is formed, okay. Here from the 22 pair, only 22 chromosome will come and another one sex chromosome will come. I took Y. Then here same thing for female gamete, X, okay. In the female X only, in the male gamete Y or X, okay. When these gametes are formed, you know that two parents are involved in the sexual reproduction. In case of females, we can see only sexual reproduction, okay. When the two parents are involved, two different gametes going to be fused, okay. Here the DNA which is present in the parental cell, that is going to be transferred to the offspring, okay. The characters which are present on the DNA, they are going to be transferred to offspring. This is called inheritance. Next, you have to understand what is variation. After understanding the inheritance, variation, you know that the gametes are formed by the meiotic division. In the meiotic division, two types of the meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. In the meiosis 1, in the prophase 1, you can see the 5 substages. Those are leptotin, zygoton, petchitin, diplotin and akinesis, okay. I am not going to explain that because you already studied in a first year. That is why the variation which occurs in the organism, it is due to the meiosis, okay. In the previous year, in first year, in the cell cycle and cell division chapter, you studied about the meiosis advantages, okay. By the meiosis, the variation, that is exchange of genetic material, you can see in the petchitin stage of the meiosis first, where the crossing over occurs, okay. Here variation means any difference between the two individuals or two organisms, between two individuals or organisms or any species, okay. It is due to genetic difference. Any difference is nothing but the genetic difference in between two individuals or the organisms or the species by the DNA, okay. This changes or these differences due to the environmental factors are also by the genetic makeup. There are two types of variations you can see, that is phenotypic variation and genotypic variation. Okay, the genotypic variation is by the genes. Okay, phenotypic variation is also by the genotype. Okay, you can understand what is genotype and phenotype later words. Just you remember, variation is any difference between two individuals or two organisms or the two species. It is due to the meiosis, or you can say this is a reductional division, or due to the environmental effect. Okay. In this chapter, firstly you have to understand, you have to know about one scientist, that is Sir Gregor Johann Mendel. He is a scientist. He is commonly known as a G.J. Mendel. He is a godfather of genetics. Okay. If you want to score more marks in this chapter, please understand his magic in the field of genetics. G.J. Mendel. G.J. Mendel is a well-known genetic scientist. He is a father of genetics. Father of I am using the word genetics. I hope you all know about the word genetics. Genetics is a field of science. Here it is the study of DNA, genes, or a genetic material and inheritance. Genetics is a field of science which deals with the study of genes, gene expressions, DNA, variation and inheritance. Okay, then G.J. Mendel is called as a father of genetics. He is an Australian scientist. He conducted many hybridization experiments. Firstly, G.J. Mendel conducts hybridization experiments. Conducts many hybridization experiments. You know the meaning of hybridization. Hybridization means crossing of two plants or two animals. Okay, mating of animals, you can say. Experiments on a single plant, that is called as a garden pea. Garden pea. The scientific name of garden pea is Payasum sativum. Payasum sativum. Okay, this is scientific name. We should underline. This is a genus name and this is a species. Payasum sativum. For 7 years, continuously 7 years, Mendel conducts hybridization experiment by taking the garden pea. 7 years continuously. Okay. Then he used statics to maintain the plant results. Hybridization experiments For maintaining the hybridization result, he used the statics. Okay. Then the another speciality of this Mendel is he used the artificial pollination or cross pollination experiments for several hybridization processes. He used artificial pollination. In the second chapter, you studied about the artificial pollination or cross pollination. Cross pollination experiment. Artificial pollination is by the emasculation and bagging. Emasculation is a process of removal of stamens from the bisexual plant in order to avoid the self pollination and promote the cross pollination. Okay. Then Mendel selected 7 contrasting characters. Okay. He did experiment on the Pisum sativum plant. Okay. In that Pisum sativum, there are so many characteristics are there, like height, color, color of the seed, color of the flower, color of the leaves, number of seed shape also one of the characters, stem height, okay, flower position, like that. He took the 7 contrasting characters. This is very important. This time one neat question will came from this topic. He selected 7 contrasting characters. Contrasting means exactly opposite. Like if he selected a tall Pisum sativum plant, again he must selected the dwarf. Dwarf means short. Dwarf Pisum sativum plant, like that. If he selected the green color fruit, again yellow color fruit, exactly opposite characters he selected. That's why we can say 7 contrasting characters. Okay. Now we can discuss about the 7 contrasting characters which are selected by the Mendels for his experiment. I know some of the students will think this is not necessary, but it is very necessary. You can see so many questions will arise from this topic in the NEET examinations. Okay, 7 contrasting characters. First one, stem height. Stem height, contrasting means tall and dwarf. He selected both the plants, tall plants and a dwarf plant. Then flower color. Flower color violet and white. Violet and white color plants he selected for his experiment. Then third one, flower position. Flower position, that is axial and terminal. Then pod shape. You know, the Pisum sativum is one of the pulses. Okay, it comes under the family Leguminosae. Okay, the fruit of Leguminosae is called as a pod. You ನೋಡಿರಬೇಕು ಬಟಾನಿಕಲ್ದು ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಈ ಥರ ಜಿಗ್ಜಾಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೆಗ್ಯೂಮ್. ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಕಾಳಿರ್ತವೆ. the fruit of leguminous family is called as pod. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಫಾಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಫಾಡ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಶೇಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತಾ ಅದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸು ಇನ್ಫ್ಲಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್. Implanted and constricted. Okay. Next, pod color. ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ದ ಕಲರ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತಾ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಪಾಡ್ ಕಲರ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಆರ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯೆಲ್ಲೋ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ seed shape round, exactly round, then wrinkled, round and wrinkled. Seed color yellow and green. Okay, these are the 7 contrasting characters is selected by the Mendel for his hybridization experiments. These 7 characters are very important to understand the experiments in this chapter. Okay, please revise these characters and memorize these characters. Stem color, height and dark, stem height tall and dark, flower color violet and white, flower position axial and terminal, pod shape implanted and constricted, pod color green and yellow, seed shape round and wrinkled, seed color yellow and green. Okay, then before going to start the lesson, you must understand the important terminologies. These terminologies are very necessary. I am not going to explain always what is genotype, what is phenotype. Initially, that's why I am explaining about the important terminologies which we will use continuously in this chapter. Okay, first you have to understand what is gene. Okay, gene is a unit of heredity. Gene is a unit of heredity, or we can say it is a segment of DNA. It is a segment of DNA which codes for a protein. Okay, 1 second students. Firstly, you have to understand the structure of DNA, then you can get the. I am taking too much time for introduction because once you understand the basic concept, then you can easily understand the main topics. Okay, I am going to draw this the cell. Okay, this is the plasma membrane. This is just a rough diagram. Okay, inside the plasma membrane, cytoplasm. Okay, centrally or peripherally arranged nucleus, you can see. This is the nucleus. Okay, you studied about the nucleus diagram also, and in the nucleus you know that nucleus is made by the genetic material, that is DNA plus histone protein plus nucleolus. Nucleolus is also present in the nucleus, but the actual genetic material is a DNA. Okay, that DNA structure is just like a spring like structure. Double, you have to learn about the DNA in the next chapter, molecular basis of the life. Double helix structure. In the double helical structure, DNA, which is coiled around itself, ಈ ಥರ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ಆಗಿ it forms the structure called chromosome. Okay, then this chromosome structure you can see only at the cell division time, that is in the metaphase. Except this phase, we can see the only the uncoiled chromosome or the DNA. Okay, that DNA, once we uncoil the DNA, ಈ ಥರ ನಾವೇನಾದರೂ DNA uncoiled ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, the double stranded DNA suppose converts into a or uncoiled into a single stranded DNA. This is double stranded DNA, this is single stranded DNA. Okay, the DNA which having the molecular basis or the nitrogen base pairs, ಅದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು, ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಪೇರ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಓಕೆ, ದೋಸ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಪೇರ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೆಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಈ DNA ಏನಾದರೂ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ DNA ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ gene. The gene is a unit of life or unit of heredity, because the heredity segment is a DNA. The unit of heredity is a gene. Okay, a gene is a segment of DNA or a unit of heredity which codes for a protein. Okay, ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು, in organisms the protein synthesis occur. Okay, protein synthesis occurs. During that process, the DNA is converted into a mRNA. The mRNA is converted into a protein. Okay, this is a basic concept. When the DNA is converted into mRNA, then mRNA converts into protein. This process is known as a protein synthesis. Okay, when the DNA is converts into a mRNA, this one is known as a transcription process. Transcription process. Okay, when after conversion of mRNA it converts into a protein, this process is known as a translation process. Translation process. Both the translation and transcription process we can see in the protein synthesis. That's why just you have to understand the actual meaning of gene. Gene is a part of the DNA or a unit of heredity which codes for a protein. Which codes for protein. If any defect in this gene, it will finally affect the protein synthesis. Or if the gene is defective, the defective protein will form. Okay, after that, next terminology, that is allele. This is very basic terminology. Allele means a pair of genes. A pair of genes occupying a same locus. I know guys, these are the new terminology for you. That's why I am telling, please practice this terminologies, please understand this. behead this same locus on homologous chromosome and controlling the single contrasting characters. Okay. Allele is a pair of gene which are present in the same locus of the homologous chromosome and controls the contrasting single character. Okay. Before going to understand what is allele, here a new terminology is there, that is locus. You must understand locus. What is locus? Okay. Locus is a position where the gene is present. The position of the gene in the chromosome. Okay. I will write here. It is a position where gene is present, or a point where the gene is present on chromosome. Okay. Suppose I will draw the diagram of chromosome. You know the biad structure of the chromosome. This is the biad diagram. Okay. These are the homologous chromosomes. I think you know the meaning of homologous chromosome. Okay. If you know means you can connect easily. Otherwise, I will explain. Homologous chromosome means homologous chromosome. In this chapter, many new terminologies will come. Okay. Homologous chromosome means two identical chromosomes. Two identical chromosomes in a diploid cell is called as homologous chromosomes. Okay, and these are the homologous, two identical chromosomes. Okay, then here you should understand what is locus. Locus is a position where the gene is present. Suppose here the same position on the homologous chromosome. We can name that gene like eye color gene. Eye color gene. Which gene is necessary for our eyeball color? That gene is present in the 21st chromosome. Okay. This is also same thing. Eye color gene. Okay. This position is known as a locus. It is a position where the gene is present on the chromosome is called as locus. Okay. The pair of genes occupying the same locus on the homologous chromosome on a contrasting chromosome and controlling the single contrasting characters. Suppose I told that here we took the example eye color gene. This gene which is very necessary for the brown color eyeball. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಐಬಾಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. This gene is for the black color eyeball. These are two contrasting characters. These are not same. These are the contrasting character, but these are present in the same locus on the homologous chromosomes. Okay. Next, this is what? Allele. Next one, after homologous chromosome, phenotype. Next terminology, that is phenotype. Phenotype means a external morphology or external morphological appearance of an character. The external morphological appearance of a character. Okay, external morphology of a character is known as a phenotype. Suppose external morphology, I told that. Here we took the example like eye color gene. Okay, the gene which expresses the protein which are necessary for the brown color eyeball. Okay, the brown color which represents, that is the phenotype of that gene. Okay, ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಜೀನು ಅದು ಯಾವ ಥರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈಗ ನಾವು ಸಪೋಸ್ ಮೂಗು ನೆಟ್ಟಗಿರೋದು, ಕಿವಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿರೋದು, ಹೇರ್ಸು ಕರ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಇರೋದು, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫಿನೋಟೈಪಿಂಗ್. ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ನ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಮಾರ್ಫಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಫಿನೋಟೈಪ್. ದ ಐ ಕಲರ್ ಜೀನ್ದು ಫಿನೋಟೈಪ್ ಏನು, ಬ್ರೌನ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ genotype. Genotype, after phenotype, genotype. Genotype means genetic makeup or genetic constituent of phenotype. Phenotypic character means, I told that the brown color represents the phenotype, but genetic makeup means which gene is present, which gene is necessary for the brown color eye, that is known as a genotype. Just you have to understand, phenotype is a physical appearance or external appearance. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಫಿನೋಟೈಪ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಫಿನೋಟೈಪ್, ಈಗ ವೈಟಾಗಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವ ಜೀನ್ ನೆಸಸರಿ, ಮೆಲನಿನ್ ನೆಸಸರಿ. ಓಕೆ, that genetic pigment or a genetic constituent of a phenotypic character is known as a genotype. Okay, next terminology, dominant. Dominant, one of the allele expresses its character by suppressing the other allele. You understand the allele meaning? Allele is a pair of genes or a pair of characters which are present on the same locus on the homologous chromosome. Okay, here dominant means one of the allele expressed by suppressing another allele gene expression is called dominant. Usually I told that alleles are the pair of genes which are present on the homologous chromosomes. ಈಗ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಐ ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡು, those are the alleles which are present on the same locus on the homologous chromosomes. Okay, wait 1 second, this is the brown one, I think this is the black one, brown and black. Okay, usually in the ratio you can see the black color eyeball is more compared to the brown color eyes. Okay, for example, we are taking this black color eye expresses more than the brown, means the black color is known as the dominant allele. Okay, this dominant allele suppresses the expression of brown color allele. Suppression means it stops, it inhibits the its effect. Okay, ಅದು ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಜೀನ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಜೀನು ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ ವಿ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್, we can say the black color gene which suppresses the brown color gene activity. Okay, that's why we can say the dominant is black color. Okay, the dominancy means one of the allele expresses by suppressing the other allele gene expression. Illi black suppress the brown gene activity. Okay, ಯಾವ ಸಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಜೀನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್ ಜೀನನ್ನು ಏನು ಕರಿಬೇಕು ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ, ದ ಜೀನ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಜೀನ್. ಯಾವುದು ಸಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಜೀನನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ ಜೀನ್. ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್. ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ allele which is going to be expressed by suppressing the another allele. Okay, but the allele which is suppressed by the dominant allele is known as a recessive allele. These are very important terminologies which we will repeatedly using in this chapter. Dominant means one of the allele expressed by suppressing the another allele, but recessive means it is suppressed by the dominant allele. Okay, here I will write the definition for recessive also. The allele which is suppressed by dominant allele. Okay, then one of the interesting thing, the dominant allele usually represents by the capital letters. ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಲೆಟರಿಂದ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ಟಾಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಟಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ allele ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಲೆಟರಿಂದ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಟಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಜೀನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್ ಜೀನ್. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟಿ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಎನಿ ಅದರ್ ಲೆಟರ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಬ್ರೌನ್. ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟು, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ರಿಸೆಸಿವ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ homozygous. There are so many other terminologies, totally 14 or 15 terminologies are there. We will discuss in the next class.